All right, get that hard hat ready because we are diving headfirst into the world of construction today.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to be looking at what it takes to build a career, literally, as a building construction worker. And luckily for us, you found some really awesome resources,
Definitely.
like this crazy in-depth guide from RoleCatcher.
Yeah, this is a good one. I'm excited to dig into this one. You know, construction work, people think it's simple, just straightforward labor.
Yeah.
But trust me, there's so much more to it than just, what you see on the surface.
Okay, so let's lay the foundation then.
Literally.
The RoleCatcher guide,
Yeah.
they describe the core role of a building construction worker
Yeah.
as, like, the backbone of any project, right?
Totally.
Prepping the sites, handling materials.
Keeping things on track, making sure everything's good to go. Imagine you've got like a team of electricians.
Right.
They show up ready to wire a whole building, but the site's a disaster. There's like materials everywhere. Nobody knows what's going on.
Yeah.
Chaos. That's where our building construction workers come in.
So they're like the stage crew of a theater production.
Perfect analogy. And you know what? Since we're talking about like misconceptions, this job, it's not just about muscle, right?
It's not just brawn.
It's a blend of practical skills, safety awareness, and teamwork is huge. You got to be able to work with a team.
So you need brains too.
Absolutely. I mean, you're problem saving on the fly.
Right.
You're working with a bunch of different people, and safety is like always, top of mind.
Yeah.
It takes a different kind of intelligence.
Yeah. And especially as you move up, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of moving up, they actually lay out a pretty clear career path from entry level all the way to foreman.
Oh, yeah. I love those little mini profiles they do, too, at each stage. It really shows you, like, okay, this is where I could be.
It's like you've got, okay, John's been doing it about a year, knows how to use the equipment. He's learning the ropes.
Exactly.
And then you got Maria. She's a senior construction worker now,
Nice.
reading blueprints like a pro. She's mentoring people. I love that.
Yeah. And as you go, your responsibilities change, your leadership grows. Like you start as that entry level, you're assisting, maybe you're doing site prep.
Right.
But as you get more experience, maybe you're operating power tools, reading those blueprints, maybe even supervising a small team.
Yeah. And then eventually you're the foreman.
Calling the shots.
Seeing a project through from beginning to end, that's got to be so rewarding.
It's amazing, but they make it clear. You don't just show up and become a foreman.
Right.
You need to know the building codes, safety regulations, years of experience under your belt.
Right.
Your building expertise.
It really is like leveling up in a video game.
100%.
You get that experience, you unlock the skills, and then you can take on the bigger challenges.
Bring on the boss level.
Speaking of challenges,
So yeah.
construction. It's got to be one of those fields that's like constantly being bombarded with new technologies and new techniques.
Oh, for sure. And that's where the guide, it goes full on future mode.
Yeah.
They're talking about things like drones for site inspections.
Okay, drones on a construction site. That's just cool.
Oh, it's so cool.
I bet that's like a total game changer.
Oh, yeah. Hard to reach areas, no problem. We got a drone. You want a bird's eye view of that bridge we're building? Done.
Talk about a view.
Exactly.
What else they got?
Virtual reality for planning?
What?
Yeah, instead of just looking at, a flat blueprint,
Right.
put on the VR headset, you can walk through the building
Oh, wow.
before a single brick is laid.
See if there's any problems.
Exactly. Optimize.
Wow. And even just for communication for the team, that's incredible.
Oh, yeah. You have to stay up to date if you're going to be in this field.
Okay, so we talked about like the core duties, the brains and the brawn.
Yeah.
We even touched on like the tech stuff. What about the job market itself? What are we looking at here?
Right. So good news first. Guide's projecting a 5% growth rate in the next 10 years.
5%. That's massive.
Right. Sounds like a pretty good time to be in construction.
It does.
That is
Always a but.
always a but. Like it sounds great, 5% growth.
Yeah.
But you got to remember that's just a projection. Take it with a grain of salt.
Okay.
It's like anything, right? You got to look at the whole picture.
Right.
And the guide even mentions like seasonal layoffs. That's definitely a thing.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. When it's like freezing outside,
Exactly.
nothing's happening on the job site.
Nobody wants to be out there. And sometimes, the economy takes a hit.
Right.
Things slow down.
So it can be a little unpredictable.
It can be a little bit up and down, yeah.
So it's not enough to just like have the skills.
Right.
You have to be prepared for that like roller coaster a little bit.
Yeah. You got to be able to roll with the punches a little bit.
Okay.
And that's where, having good resources, good support can really make a difference, which is where, RoleCatcher comes in.
Right. That's what they're trying to do.
They're not just a guide, they're a whole platform for job seekers.
Yeah.
like to help with those exact things.
They've got you covered, like resume, interview prep. I even saw something about networking. It's like the whole, like, beginning to end.
Yeah, they do a really good job. And they even have this AI interview tool.
Okay, hold on. How does that work?
Hmm.
A robot's going to ask me questions.
It's basically like a, mock interview situation,
Okay.
but with AI. So it analyzes how you're doing,
Oh,
gives you feedback,
Whoa.
body language,
Whoa, wait.
all kinds of stuff. It's pretty wild.
That's both amazing
I know, right?
and also slightly terrifying.
It's like, is this helpful or is this just making me more stressed out? Job hunting is stressful enough.
That's a really good point, though, because it's easy to think, oh, technology, this is going to be the magic solution. But like any tool, it's how you use it.
Exactly. You
Yeah.
have to be, you know what I mean? Realistic.
Yeah.
Do your research, figure out if it's right for you.
Read the reviews.
Read the reviews. Don't just take their word for it. Look around, see what's out there.
Just like we were saying about the whole job market.
Yeah.
It's got to keep it balanced. Now, something else I noticed in here that I thought was interesting. They made a big deal about customer service and administration. I don't really associate that with construction.
Right. That's not what you picture
Yeah.
when you think construction site.
No.
But if you think about it, those skills, they actually are important.
Okay, I'm listening. How so?
Construction, it's a team effort.
Right.
Constantly talking to other tradespeople, supervisors, even clients sometimes.
Yeah.
You got to communicate clearly, manage your time.
Oh, for sure.
You got to be professional. It matters.
So those soft skills, that's
Yeah.
what they call them, right?
Yeah. Soft skills.
Those are important.
They can make or break you, really. They even talk about management as a skill.
Oh, interesting.
Think about it. You get some experience, you move up, you're leading teams, managing budgets,
Yeah.
maybe even like dealing with clients.
Oh, wow. I never even thought of that. That's a side you don't really hear about.
Right. It's a whole other side of things.
Yeah. It's not just like hammering and, heavy lifting. You need the organizational skills.
Absolutely.
You got to know a little something about business.
It's a multifaceted career. I'm glad they pointed that out. It's more than people think.
Yeah. But there's one thing that, I don't know, it feels like they kind of missed the mark a little.
Oh,
What's that? They don't really talk about sustainability.
you're right. It's interesting.
They're really focused on the traditional stuff.
Yeah, it's very traditional.
But with climate change and everything,
Big topic these days.
it feels like a bit of an oversight. Like they built this whole guide
Literally.
and forgot about the environment.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely something they could have talked more about.
Yeah, and it's only getting like more and more important.
Oh, absolutely.
It's not just a trend anymore. It's
Right.
like the standard is changing.
Yeah, sustainability is huge now.
Eco-friendly materials,
Yeah.
less waste,
Right.
energy efficiency, all that stuff.
It all matters. Which makes you wonder, right? How's that going to change things for the building construction worker?
Yeah, what skills are they going to need now?
Well, for one thing, they got to know their sustainable materials.
Okay.
We're talking like bamboo,
Okay.
recycled plastic, hempcrete.
Palecrete, I've heard of that.
Yeah, there's even like mushroom-based insulation now.
What? Okay, hold on. That's next level.
Right.
Building a house out of mushrooms.
They don't teach you that in like the old school construction class.
No, they do not.
So you got to be willing to like learn those new materials, what they can do,
Yeah.
how to work with them.
And it's not just the materials. It's
Right.
like the whole approach, right?
Oh, yeah. New construction techniques, passive house design,
I've heard of that.
green roofs, that kind of stuff.
So they got to keep up with all that.
Oh, yeah. It's a whole new world. It's like they're rebuilding construction from the ground up.
Literally. And
Yeah.
and maybe not even ground up anymore. Maybe it's mushroom up.
Mushroom up. There you go.
Yeah.
And don't forget about technology. They're going to need to know that stuff too.
Oh, right. Yeah. Because that's changing so fast.
Energy modeling software, smart building systems, all that.
I mean, who knows? Maybe they'll be like controlling robots to do all this.
Right. Or drones to install solar panels.
And that.
Oh, it's going to be wild. That's what I love about this field, though.
Yeah.
It's always changing. Always something new to learn.
Well, there you have it.
Yeah.
We looked at what a building construction worker does.
The skills.
The
That's the future.
the mushrooms. But really, this guide, it gave us a lot to think about.
Definitely.
And hopefully you're walking away with a better sense of this career path.
Yeah, it's a big job.
And don't forget that question we had. How is sustainability going to shape the future of construction?
Ooh, yeah. Think about that.
Keep your hard hat on, your mind open, and we'll see you in the next deep dive.
See you next time.